If you guys are consistent viewers of my channel, and a major shout out to those who are, you guys are in fact the real MVPs. But if you guys are consistent viewers of my channel, you would have heard me complain about the lack of rest, that players were able to get going into this season. And also you would have heard me complain about the structure this season was built on multiple times. See, in life, when you don't have the right foundation, regardless of the results, you can be setting yourself up for failure. What you put on top of a poor foundation doesn't necessarily matter. At the end of the day, the foundation is still poor, and that foundation can come back to bite you at any given time. Now, of course, I wasn't alone in complaining about the way that this season was set up. Media members voiced their concerns, fans voiced their concerns, coaches voiced their concerns, and possibly most importantly, there were players voicing their concerns. While the players are the product, they're much more than just a product. They're human beings. As superhuman as some players seem, everybody has limitations. When it comes to the NBA's lightning quick return from the NBA bubble and shortened season, perhaps there was no player more vocal than LeBron James, the biggest player in the game of basketball today. Before the season started, LeBron was incredibly vocal, and with the recent news surrounding Kawhi Leonard, you better bet he's being more vocal than ever. Today at 1:51 p.m., LeBron tweeted out, "They all didn't want to listen to me about the start of the season. I knew exactly what would happen. I only wanted to protect the well-being of the players, which is ultimately the product and benefit of our game. These injuries aren't just part of the game, it's the lack of pure rim rest before starting back up. 8, possibly 9 All-Stars have missed playoff games, the most in league history. This is the best time of the year for our league and fans, but missing a ton of our favorite players is insane. If there's one person that knows about the body and knows how it works all year round, it's me. I speak for the health of our players, and I hate to see this many injuries this time of year. Sorry fans, wish you guys were seeing all your fave guys right now." Man, I love LeBron James, and I love that you can just tell that he loves the game of basketball, and he loves the fans. This tweet comes off as genuine as possible. Not only is LeBron concerned for the players, but he's also concerned about the product. He's also concerned about the game of basketball. LeBron James is right. Basketball is great, but without our favorite players playing, it just does not hit the same. When Steph and KD were out last season, I knew we were missing out, but seeing them play this season has been special. And the word missing out doesn't do them justice. Basketball is just not the same with some of its top guys, and players' health is nothing to play with. Injuries can add up. Injuries can have long-lasting effects. We've seen injuries alter career paths too many times to count on 2 hands. Shout out to the person that I had this conversation with in the comments, but we agreed that a lot of people don't understand how much stress professional athletes put on their body. As somebody that was on a college basketball team and had a high school coach that was obsessed with conditioning and cross country, my body still hurts. And it's been years since I've been in college. All of those 2-a-days, those 3-a-days, those days where you consistently push your limits, they eventually add up. Oh, and I almost missed the LeBron tweet. He said, "And I know about the business side / factors too, so don't even try me. I get it." While I understand the business side too, and I understand that players want to get paid, I think a lot of guys also want to be healthy. I've never been against load management because NBA seasons are so long and players play so many games. Personally, I wouldn't mind a shorter NBA season. Financially, I know there's some things to work out, but of course I wouldn't mind games mattering more. Hopefully the start of next season gets pushed back a bit so we can get some of these guys healthy. Kawhi was going off this postseason. Word to Laced Up, Kawhi was on a mission. While a lot of people counted the Clippers out twice already when they were down 0-2, I took the side of greatness, and I lived with no regrets.
No rush here for LA. Leonard, 7 to shoot. Kawhi makes his move. Oh, wow. A major Kawhi light.
You can calm down. Oh, my God. Slammed up.
That's it, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
You got Kawhi dunk? Oh, man. Wow.
Kawhi has become the 8th All-Star to miss at least one game in these playoffs. Establishing a new NBA record, Leonard joins Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Coincidence? I really don't think so. Kawhi's a tough guy. When he said, "I'll be good."
And before I let you go, we saw you collide with Joe Ingles there. You seemed like you were in a little bit of pain. You sat not long after that. Any concerns with that right leg? What happened there?
No, I'll be good.
Thanks.
I just kind of took his word for it. I feel like I shared the same thoughts as Ramona Shelburne and Rachel Nichols.
Well, this is a cause for concern, Rachel. I mean, I didn't think he was all that injured in the game because he came out, he was sitting on the bench. There was no trainer attending to him. He wasn't on the injury report in the morning.
And he talked about it after the game.
And he said, I don't want to talk about it. Next question. So, with Kawhi, that could mean anything.
Say, I'm fine. Next question.
Yeah, I'm fine. Next question.
He said, I'm fine. Next question.
Not to do a complete 180, but we also have to talk about my favorite point guard to ever play the game of basketball, Chris Paul. For those of you that missed the news, according to Shams, Chris Paul is now slated to miss an indefinite amount of time. He's recently entered the health and safety protocols. Now, I'm just going to say this right now. Does anybody else just feel absolutely terrible? Chris Paul is, checks notes, 36. And in these playoffs, oh yeah, he's been going crazy. He's seen the hate. He's seen everybody hating on him. And he's let everybody know that he's an underdog. While being an underdog, he's an underdog that's going crazy. His 37-point performance shut a lot of haters up. Really quickly, guys, let's get Jalen Rose's take on this situation.
What is your reaction to this news about Chris Paul?
Unlike Kawhi, this one isn't doom and gloom for me because they're off this week. He's already been vaccinated, and I know the word indefinitely makes you feel like he may not be in the next series. I don't anticipate him missing more than one game at the most, just based on the dynamics of time and how the protocol has worked.
Jalen Rose said that he doesn't think that this situation is doom and gloom. While he's right, there is some gloom surrounding the situation. This affects everybody differently. I remember when Jimmy Butler first got it, I think he dropped a ton of weight. And also, I've seen players get it and then still complain about having some of the symptoms. I've also seen players get it and just come back with poor performance after poor performance. While I hope Jalen is right, I can't help but think about how much this sucks and the effects that it could have on this upcoming series. Chris Paul is a true floor general. He is the backbone of the Phoenix Suns. Don't get it confused. I think Book is the Suns' best player, and I think in upcoming seasons, he's going to turn into that backbone, that integral piece. But right now, I think the Suns need Chris Paul. But here's the hoping I'm wrong. Wait, you know what? After seeing what Book has done throughout these playoffs and just knowing his body of work, I think he could be that integral piece this series. Him backing up Campaign was gas. The best player on your team standing up for you is some dog mentality stuff. I want to see Book, I want to see Chris, and I want to see Monty holding that championship trophy at the end of the season. You can call it revisionist history, but it's crazy to me that nobody wanted Chris Paul a few years ago after his fallout with James Harden. While the Rockets get a lot of hate for that breakup, even OKC didn't want to keep him. I hate when the NBA title comes down to what team is the healthiest, but at the end of the day, health is part of the game. Pelicans fans, guys that want to hear my thoughts on the Van Gundy firing, you're going to have to wait. I'm just going to say that I'm actually surprised. I'm dropping a video on that tonight or tomorrow morning. Let me know what you guys think about Kawhi's injury, the Clippers' chances at a championship. Let me know what you think about Kawhi's future with the Clippers going forward. Let me know what you guys think about the Suns' chances at a title. And lastly, let me know what you guys think about Bron's thoughts on this whole situation. Was he spitting or nah? Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Coop, bringing you guys the scoop. Until our next upload.